Welcome back. Welcome back indeed. And what is this? Yet another new face, a new name, another leveling opportunity. And as you can see, it is a rogue. Now, I was, I was thinking about um, leveling as a warrior mage or just a full strength warrior, because those two builds, especially the warrior mage, are really good for leveling up. But I've done those before, and it's really easy. Besides, a lot of people don't think about going mixed passive so early, and rogue is a rather popular choice. And as you can see, not a very typical rogue. looks pretty familiar if you've seen anything I've done. And yes, I have only leveled a rogue once before, and that was back when the skill tree was very different. No, ignore that. That was back when the skill tree was very different. And I mean, yeah, it wasn't that good back then, but I think now might be a little bit better. One major boon right now is No Mercy is a flat 70 attack. That's a lot in the early game. I believe that is 17 points of strength. 17 and a half points of strength. I can't do math right now. Yeah, was quite a lot. And normally, for my non-warrior, my mages, they went half will, half endurance, and for rogue, the half strength seems like the better uh, choice. Now, I know it is tempting to go all in dexterity because crits and all that. I wouldn't rely on your crits so early in this game, because even at the end game, they can be really hard to pull off. You know. Now, of course, if you did focus on crits, you would have, I mean, around like floor 5, you would have like 600 crit chance, which is around what my in-game crit builds have. Because I make crit hybrids. Hybrid meaning you don't focus solely on crit, you do half crit and then half like bruiser. Having decent defenses, having a decent amount of attack, something to fall back on when your crits don't work. And a lot of people don't really do that. But perhaps they are now. I don't know. I don't look at people too much. Now, having made, I don't know how to say that. I've made a lot of characters, and this at level 30 looks pretty good. That 70 attack passive really showing or pulling its weight to there. And I still have over 100 defense, which is what I would kind of want to have at this level. Also to note, my choice of element in weapon is earth. I usually have earth on my warriors at this point because you can burst with shield bash, which makes your thrust medium damage. It's just easier to work around. But for rogue, there is no earth on their tree except for ranger down there. And I prefer to have a nice mix of elements. Because I have mage brain. Mages, they have a mix of elements on their tree already. And you already have a water skill, which is kind of a nice thing to have as a physical build. Because later on, I'll switch over to water. Well, all my warriors anyway, because they don't have a water skill. And so a lot of enemies in floor 6 or so uh, weak to water, and they're hard to kill without it. Sadly, it's only 2 uses, but it's free medium damage, I suppose. But yes, now this character is in the House of Tanks. Now, I know that Rogue isn't really a tanky path, but I haven't even added them in yet. But this isn't going to be a rogue per se. I'm just leveling as a rogue. Yeah, see, it's a complete picture now. I was gonna say, oh yes, warrior mage or just warrior would be more fitting, would be easier. But again, have not played this in a while, and I'm pretty sure people want to know why their rogues aren't really working. I don't know. Maybe they are working. Who knows? I haven't even gotten into here yet. I just hit level 30. A couple hours, well, actually not a couple minutes ago. Uh, from level 1 to 30, it took me like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. You level quickly in this game. Up till floor 4 is when it slows down a little bit. Yeah, it didn't take that long to get to this point. And this point where when you have the free respec is when you know kind of want to go for whatever you want to level as. But if it's like your first time, then play what you want. Ignore all the leveling metas that I put forth. But yeah, so we'll see. Iron pools. These guys are weak to earth. Huh. Well, off the bat, I see that you have all of your healing skills early. Your scorching daggers and leech arrow. Probably for the best because you don't really have much healing at all later on in the tree. Not bad healing actually, despite it not bursting there. Yeah, it's pretty good damage because that no mercy 70 attack, nearly one-shotting phase baboons and all that. Also, yeah, agility. Now, I do tend to, or agility tends to be pretty harsh on rogues because later on, just going down the rogue tree with no dexterity or agility gear isn't enough to outspeed things later on in the game in Grand Dungeon, but down here in the floor 1 to 8s, yeah, I guess it works kind of well. Going first consistently, although this is an issue here. Physical tank enemies are not going to be easy to kill because warrior has wolf blow, and mages have magic, which physical tanks tend to be weak to. Oh, but I guess rogues have dots, don't they? They have bleed and poison. Okay, well, I guess it won't be that bad. Not a bad first run either. Not bad at all. Okay, well, my old prejudices against rogues seem to be unfounded. Oh yeah, that's a good example of having defense. If I was a pure dex rogue with like a bunch of like non-defensive armor, that pretty much would have like one-shot me. That's why I like having defense because this game is cruel sometimes. It got some jokes in there, and you see, yeah, like I still crit here and there. I don't need to. That's the good thing. You don't have to crit. It's just sort of there if you want it. Although not having free medium damage is a little rough, but I guess the attack makes up for that. Yeah, nice level there. Not too shabby. Good heals. Okay. Shambling Mound, I'm pretty sure that's neutral to air, but weak to fire. Yeah. Uh, I guess also to note, the +1 attack from critical shooting, at the end game, it doesn't really do much, but in the early game, it's a lot because it's a flat number, so it actually adds a lot of damage to you. But later on in the game, you'd be using it for the crit chance. Same with on guard for the defense and concentrate for the heal power. And not too bad. I'm curious to see how it fares later on because floor 5 is where the were rats start popping up and they tend to be really fast. And floor 6 is enemies started like healing constantly and all that. So I'll see how it goes. But so far, I'm impressed. This is about. I guess it's not as effective as warrior because warriors wouldn't really take much damage with it when they have on guard up. Speaking of, I probably should put that on. Uh, but it is going faster than warrior because of that extra 70 attack. A little ridiculous at this level. And even with 100 crit chance, which I guess 100 crit chance is like 10%. No, 5%. uh, Still, critical shooting adds a lot of crit chance to you, so I am critting somewhat often. I forgot werewolves resist air. That's weird. Uh, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Normally I would alternate between Dungeon 1 and 2. I did Dungeon 1 twice in a row. No big deal. No big deal at all. Oh, getting close. It was a close one there. Now, oh, the real test would be, what's it called? Player-made dungeons, because those are way harder. And normally, my warriors can handle it most of the time pretty well. So let's see how a rogue. Now, of course, I'm only level 30, 31. These guys kept level 40. I believe the game scales you up to level 40 as well. Or you get more stats. It sets you at a certain level. I'm not too sure how it works 100%. I just know that if you're over a player mid dungeon level, it'll drop you down to a certain point. And if you're under, I believe it pushes you up if you're too low. I don't know, it's been a while, but yeah, not bad. I keep forgetting that I have to slash them while they're bleeding to get medium damage. See, I'm not used to doing that. I'm used to playing warrior. You just spam thrust at things, but oh well. Okay, not doing the best here. But I guess I'm not dying too much either. These lifesteal skills, even without crits, are decent enough. Something that wouldn't really help you out later on in the game, because lifesteal without crit later on, I mean, it kind of heal you depending on how hard you hit, but most of the time, it wouldn't heal you that much. Maybe like 100 out of the 1200 health you have. You know? Oh, I guess that's another thing with Rogue. Warriors have that 100 extra health, plus health every level. Yeah, that's a little hard to not have because health is super important in this game. Ooh. Okay, well the event chest is a very hard enemy, so okay, that's understandable. I'm pretty sure my warriors would die to that too, because event chest is it's tough. We'll do one more. Why not? But so far, not bad. I probably don't need to sneak attack you. You're not a tank, but oh well. You're a rogue like me. Yes, indeed. Hmm. And all these DPS enemies. See, this is where a warrior would kind of shrug off the damage with because on guard adds so much defense. Plus with that health, and mages cheat because they have actual heals and healing power and magic damage, which I would say magic damage is a lot easier to deal with or to work with because not that many enemies that resist magic, but there's definitely a lot of enemies that resist physical. Indeed. Boiling blubber. Pretty sure you're weak to both air and earth, so. Oh. I ran through all my mystic strikes, so this might not be the best. Shambling mound can pose an issue. I don't have critical shooting up, Okay, looks like it's not gonna hit that hard though. Uh, yeah, see, not bad for crits. Goes to show you don't need to have like half dexterity and half strength, or just like 90% dexterity, like I see a lot of rogues do. Okay, well, this is somewhat a decent example, but yeah, get by with this. Get some defensive gear. Yeah, not bad, not bad at all. Let's see, is there anything good here? I will usually go for this for my mages. I get my warriors as well. It's a good chest piece because it's got a lot of defense on there. Likely would not go to uh, the armor memory because I'm really bad at doing the armor memory. I'm really bad. Yeah, so far so good. Also, you get another 200 crit chance pretty soon there. That's going to be 300. Let's say it's 350 at some point. That's 15 15 17? Yeah, 17%. 17.2% crit chance on top of the crit chance you start with, or the base crit chance, which no one knows, but hey, not too shabby at all. It's just the same issue with a lot of rogues. Uh, you kind of have, your life still doesn't do too much without the crits, but I guess early on, not too bad. But I'm talking in circles now and rambling, but yeah, not bad. Rogues, not bad. I'll see how you fare in floor 6. Anyway, yeah, I guess I'll see you around.